What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel, man. Today I'm getting on the camera a little earlier. I've been trying to catch him this whole time, but he doesn't let me grab him. Look, he's weary. Come here, boy. It's all right. Come here. He knows that I'm gonna grab him. But anyways, man, we're gonna get started with the day. I got a car coming in today for some tire letters, and then I'm gonna go on the back, and I don't know if I'm gonna get on the motorcycle or on the bike. But I got to do something on both. So we'll see which one we get into, man. So stay tuned and enjoy. All right, check it out, man. Just did 20 minutes, burned 106 active calories. That's what I was telling you. The difference between total calories and active calories. That total is just everything that I burn, obviously, but I'm gonna need to replenish that, right, to get energy back, to do whatever. But 108 active calories. Right now I'm at 103 beats per minute, which is pretty cool. 20 minute solid workout. That's pretty good, man. And that's the type of stuff that I've been trying to do. 20 minutes here, 20 minutes there, 20 minutes there. And by the time you know it, you got 60, 70, 80 minutes of exercise, even when you just by parking far or whatever. But let me get showered up and get started with the day, man. Got a little car right here, about to put some Goodyear. Let's see how it turns out. It's a nice blue color, man. Let's go. Check this sanding out, man. Nice and clean. That shit could be graded. Right. All right, one side done, my friend. Check that out. Look at that. That looks clean, man. All right, check it out, man. Got some fresh Goodyears. Looking pretty good. Installed and ready to rock, man. Enjoy them, you know the ordeal. All right, guys, so I finished up with the install, and now it's about a time to get something to eat, man, which makes it another excuse to get into the Mustang and drive this thing. Which reminds me, Friday is tomorrow, so I gotta take out the trash. But let's get into this thing and let's go get some food. Getting into a race seat is pretty hard, man. Once I have my cage in here, it's gonna be pretty difficult again. So let's get going. All right, guys, what's up, man? So I'm done installing the tire letters. Now what I am doing, I got my two-step coming in tomorrow. And since I am gonna be running this car on the street and NA for the time being, I'm kind of trying to get that perfect combination of running an NA but not going too far to where I have to, you know, like, how can I say? Basically, I'm building what I have now while I get all the turbos and everything up that I'm still gonna use with the turbo, if it makes sense. So, like, for example, I'm not gonna order up, what is it? I guess I can. I don't know, but you know what I mean. I'm using a NA car right now. There's just so many things going on in my head. I was like, man, I'm getting lost here. But I'm running NA, so the point being, what I'm trying to make is that since I'm running NA on E85, I got my two-step coming in. I want to take this thing to the track. I got my drag wheel. I got a pretty killer suspension. I'm gonna re-gap these because obviously, if you know, if you're running NA all out, your gap size, your gap, what is it? A gap with a gap, the spark plug gap is not gonna be as small it is when you're running boosted. Boosted usually what you're like in the mid to low 30s. With NA, you're probably in the higher in the 40s. I would recommend, like this one for instance, I'm gonna gap it at 0.050. So let's see what that does for me. with full 85. When I go to the track, I'm gonna run in C85. Hopefully I'm running my two-step by then. See if I can really use this stock converter, because I got a stock converter in the 6R80. I have like a 3500 stock converter, so I'm gonna try to use everything I got on that. I think it actually might be 36. I don't remember what it was, but I'm gonna try it out. So anyways, let me go and get something to eat real quick. I'm gonna come back, and then I'm gonna get this Mustang back there. I'm gonna get started on the spark plug, and then we'll go from there, man. So, all right, got myself some healthy snacks, man. I'm on this thing, man, trying to lose some weight. But if you guys are interested in some cherry bomb, thing's pretty loud, man. All right, guys, I was saying I am gonna be running this thing NA. I'm to be quite honest with you, man. For a few months, I'm anticipating, just because one, I'm having trouble getting the turbo shipped into Cali. Yeah, so that's one of the main ones. Second, I have a pretty legit NA car right now. I have a Steeda suspension back here with aluminum drive shaft, polyurethane bushings, spherical bushings on the control arm there. Come up to aluminum drive shaft to a 6R80 with a Circle D converter. I believe a 3600 stall. I got myself aluminum radiator with the aluminum trans cooler. It has no AC. Been reducing weight. Stock Manny. It's a spacious stock block. Only thing upgraded is this air intake, which will this will actually got to clean that out. But it's got the potential, and I got a drag setup. It's got the potential of being a pretty competitive NA car, which is what I'm actually might be thinking about, getting into some type of NA classes around here, if there's any, or maybe some bracket race, who knows. But the point is that I'll be able to drive this thing every day, and I know that it'll have some giddy up for NA car, and it'll be lighter than a normal Mustang out there. I think I'm at like about 3520 right now, and that was before I had I think before I removed the carpet was about 35 pounds. Before I removed the AC in the front sway bar, which is at least another 50. So I might be coming out on that 3400. So let's see, that's going to be another video that I'm going to be doing. So check that one out. It's coming soon. But for the meanwhile, right now, what we're doing, just so you know, I'm gonna take out these spark plugs. Spark plugs are brand new, they're fresh. I'm gonna take out the spark plugs. I'm gonna re-gap them. I think they're gapped right now at 0.030. That's when I was running nitrous. But I'm gonna re-gap them to 0.050 after. Let's see how that works. That's what Lund's recommending. Let's see how. Then this is gonna be an NA setup. It's already got the NA tune. My NA tune's in here by Lund through an N gauge. And then I also have, what else do I got coming in? Oh yeah, and it's on E85, C85 when I go to the track, which is back right over there. You guys can see the C85 right there. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna be running when I go to the track. So hopefully, if I get the spark plug situated, everything looks good, and I get the two-step, which is supposed to come in tomorrow. I'm gonna try to hit the track next Thursday. It's Thursday now. I won't make it today. But next Thursday, and let's see what I could put in on this car. When this was running 91 on a NA 91 tune with just the P Master, like you're seeing here, I was running. I believe I pulled out a 7.7. Matter of fact, I have it right here, right now. I keep up all the slips, so I know. Right here, look, 7742. That's on 91. That's before I had my drag pack. That's before weight reduction. That's at full weight on 91 pump BP. So I'm anticipating with some C85, some drastic weight reduction, and a good hook, and with the two-step, hopefully I can pull off the line hard. Shit, maybe I could rip a 7.2. Let's see. Maybe I could be in the 7.2s. But we'll see. We won't know until we get there. So let me get started on this thing before I talk forever, because I usually do. Let me get started on this thing, and I'll take you guys along with me. All right, my guys. So might as well make this a little video about changing the spark plugs. All right. So I'm letting it cool down, so it's the perfect time to explain it. This small bolt here is a 8mm. So I always use an extension here. It's easier to get in there. Some of you may have a short tower brace on. It's fine. You can leave it on without it. It'll be even easier, but it hardly obstructs you. So this is a 8mm right here. I usually like having a pick handy for those. It's like, for example, something like this works great with so that way sometimes it just gets a little lodged in there. You take that off, and then I just put the pick right underneath there a little bit, just light pressure, and it comes out. Once you have those out, then I use my long extension. Try to save your knuckles, please. I would highly recommend it. This is a 20-inch. Seems to work great. With this, it will save your knuckles. I am gonna have to say cylinders over here 7 and 8 can't use that. You're gonna have to use a short one. You probably are gonna nick your knuckles a little bit. You know, it is what it is, but these are the only two that I don't have trouble. I've done it so many times. But you are gonna have to put a shorter extension and pop those out, okay? They never should be too tight anyways, but if you don't change them often, they'll probably get a little seized on there. A lot of people don't recommend you put anything on, don't put on anti-seize or anything like that. I never have, and it's worked fine. So I just used the car, so I'm letting it cool down for a brief second, and then I'm gonna get started with this thing, man. And if anything comes up, will come up. I'll get my gapping tool, see where they're at. I'm gonna have to more than likely make them a little bit bigger. Like I said, I think they're at 0.030. I need to go to 0.050. So I'll get that ready to go. All right, guys. So these 3 are done. This back one here, I did have to use the not the smaller to the 10-inch extension. On these 3, I used the 20-inch extension. This one was a 10-inch just because of the brake cylinder here. But that's no biggie. So this is gapped to 0.050. Got a little AutoZone gapping tool here. Highly recommend to have one of these in your toolbox. And other than that, that's it. This side should be done. Once I put this in back and then go on that side, and then we can go out and test out the car and see how she feels. I just wanted to show you guys real quick what a 20-inch extension is. Look how easy it is, man. I'm gonna have my hands up here. They're never even gonna get close to clipping anything. Trust me, after doing it plenty of times and destroying my knuckles, there's only basically 3, number 4, 7, and 8 that you have to get in there. But 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6 right here, easy money. 20-inch extension, bam, 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 done and change them. Real easy, man. I would highly recommend getting a 20-inch and a 10-inch extension. All right, guys, so for these back 2, made a mistake. I would recommend getting about a 5-inch extension. I can't tell you on this one because it doesn't have it. But the reason it's a little shorter was because I got this spark plug removal socket here, but it's got the swivel. I definitely recommend the swivel as well, especially for these last ones here, man. I remember I did it a few times without it, and I had to use steps. So for example, I had my socket and an extension, then I had a little extension. That way I was able to take one off at a time. But with this swivel, man, you can swivel it in and out and do whatever you got to do. So this is how to get it. You're gonna get cut a little bit, of course. I thought I was gonna go unscathed, and of course I cut myself. These are tricky, man, especially once you start getting your hands close to that block. But no worries, I'm on the last one here. Let me go ahead and remove it, and then we should be ready to rock. All right, guys, plugs are gapped. Everything looks nice and tidy. Just a quick, I guess, recap. I forgot to mention in the beginning, I have my 20-inch extension here, which I use with 5 out of the 8 spark plugs. And just so I won't get this, right? You guys can see, busted my knuckle right there. The other 3 I use this, I would say it's about a 5-inch. But I have this swivel socket to remove the spark plugs that does a lot of good, especially on the last 8 one over there. You have to put it in sideways and then go in. And then as you come out, you bend and then you come out. Trust me, get yourself a swivel. It's gonna make your job a lot easier. You don't need two wrenches here, socket wrenches. I usually just use two just so I don't have to constantly change. This one is for the 8mm for the bolt on top, and then this one's for the spark plugs. And then just a little tool, if you got it, to help you nudge those coil connections out. Coils should come out easier, and then obviously a spark plug gap tool. Have that there. But other than that, you're good to go, man. With that, let's fire this thing up and let's see how she sounds. So everything's nice and tidy. Let me double check. I try to get in the tendency of double checking, making sure everything's nice and snapped on. Usually how I go one by one. Take one out, put it in, put it back on. That way I know I got it and nothing is left loose or whatever. All right, let's see. Let's get in the car. Let's put the key, man. The key gotten hot, man. Let's get in the seat. Let's see how she sounds. Are we gonna hear something drastic? I do hear a slight difference in the idle. It's a little high, but it's gonna warm up right now and then probably go down to about 700, 800 RPM. That's where it sits on idle. So let's wait a little bit, see what happens. All right, like I said, idle went down to about, I would say that's about 750. It's right on that line, right? So it's 250, 500, 750, then 1,000. Right around there, which is usually where it's at. You know, once I'm out on the street, I'll be able to feel it more. But let's get a couple little rev. She sounds good. My tune, let's see where she's at. Lund Racing. If you guys are if you guys have a Mustang, man, check them out. I think I've had nothing but great experiences with them. So where are we at here? We're on a PMAS, which I got 47-pound injectors on E85 NA. Bam, there it is. So let me go ahead and get into this. Let me get everything situated. I'm gonna take the car out, stomp on it a little bit. Let's see how she feels. Anything different? Should, just a slight bit. Yep, that's it. All right, guys. So for these back two, made a mistake. I would recommend getting about a 5-inch extension. I recommend a swivel as well, especially for these last ones here, man. I get it. You're gonna get cut a little bit. Of course, I thought I was gonna go unscathed, and of course I cut myself. These are tricky, man, especially once you start getting your hands close to that block. But no worries. I'm on the last one here. Let me go ahead and remove it, and then all right, guys. Unfortunately, I did run out of a little time to take out the Mustang. I'm gonna try out the spark plugs tomorrow, and go from there. I think my 2-step's coming in tomorrow too. So we'll go from there. And but other than that, man, hope you enjoyed. If you haven't subscribed and you made it this far to the video, please consider subscribing, man. I'm trying to grow this channel. But other than that, man, you guys have a good one.